About 24 hours ago, I posted a video on Facebook intended for the judge to see and everyone else. And with the way my CPTSD has been kicking in lately, I lost my composure before I could finish what I needed to say. There are some other factors that I'm sure the judge wasn't told about that may influence how he decides this case. I'm not offering any excuses, but I would like to describe what motivated me and what angers me to the point where it's difficult at times for me to keep my composure. I moved back down to New Mexico 2018. Yes, 2018. I joined the American Legion Post 81 early in 2019. I forget exactly the date. Since then, I'm a paid up for life member while I was a member at Post 81. Some of the difficulties that I have faced, wearing my chaplain's badge from when I was a VFW chaplain back in Pennsylvania for roughly 5 years or so. They were having an election, and I made them aware of my past experience as chaplain on an honor guard, which this Post 81, did not have an honor guard, nor do they. Nor will they, because they don't have any honor. But I basically threw my hat in the ring to be their chaplain. Self-nominated. The outgoing commander, John Zolan, was elected the chaplain. He ran against me. Self-nominated. Anyway, they changed the bylaws so that you can't volunteer to be an officer of the post. I guess they were afraid of my democratic takeover of it or something. I don't know. Some of the other anyway, the result of that was nothing. They changed the post. I did ask for copies of the bylaws before and after the change. Of course, was always ignored. Some of the other difficulties: I don't drink alcohol, so I buy coffee at places that I hang out. The American Legion, Post 81, was one of them. I also donate in other ways because I don't drink alcohol. I usually buy drinks for other people on occasion. I've also taken to putting flags, 4 of them actually, with these Bibles, New Testaments that I buy by the case, with the intention of I've been doing that for years. I add them in a Ziploc bag, a flag, and a Bible. The motto of the American Legion is for God and country, which is what that motto is on my VFW chaplain hat. Other harassments. Dean, I can't remember his last name. He was once the bar manager, admonishing me for stealing coffee at the end of the night at karaoke. Coffee that they were going to pour down the drain. Coffee that I bought and donated. As I bought a coffee making machine for Post 13, the post that I transferred my paid up for life membership for, when Post 81 banned me. I never got an explanation as to why I was banned, never given a reason. One of the threats that Bill has accused me of is asking him to make a video just like this one. And please explain to me why you banned me. I would like to know the reason. Well, they did give me the opportunity with this certified letter. Allow me to read it. November 29th, 2021. Mark McLaughlin. Please be informed, due to an incident that you were involved in on Saturday, November 13th, 2021, at Second Dudino Baldonado, American Legion Post 81, you are hereby suspended from all activities at this Legion Post until you appear before the Executive Board. The Executive Board will meet regarding this matter on Saturday, January 8th, 2022 at 9 a.m. Please attend this meeting, where at that time you will have the opportunity to explain your side of the incident. If you are unable to attend this meeting, you will need to make arrangements with the Executive Board for another date and time that will work for both you and the Executive Board. Signed, Bill Gade, Commander of Pseudonautical America, 81. This is the only document. Post 13 didn't even have the courtesy to put anything in writing. I didn't even find out about it till after I got back from Pennsylvania in February, and showed up at the Post to sing karaoke, and they informed me that I was banned, and wouldn't tell me why, other than, well, I heard this and I heard that, and it doesn't matter why. It was a unanimous vote of the board. As was the letter that I got from Post 85 in Los Lunas that I transferred my membership to after I was banned at Post 13. They also sent me a letter because I did a video complaining about how unfairly I was being treated by Posts 81 and 13. And I wish I could find that letter. They sent me one saying that I was banned for conduct unbecoming a member of the American Legion, and I am expelled from that post. And I have only been there twice. They expelled me because they did not like what I had to say about the other two posts, who I felt unfairly banned me. The other thing to note about this incident was that they locked me out of this meeting. I did show up for it. I missed going to Arizona to go skydiving, specifically to go to this meeting. And when I showed up, I waited to just before the meeting, just like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe that, if that, 3 to 5 minutes before the meeting. I attempted to enter, as the warm invitation says. And they said, "We have proof that you are no longer a member of this post. You are no longer welcome here." And they locked me out. Okay. So I sat in my car and waited for the meeting to be over. I was hoping to have a chat with a friend of mine who did attend the meeting, so I could find out what I did to get banned. They called the Berlin police on me twice before noon on a Saturday morning. Saturday, January 8th of 2022. So yeah, it's old news. Then Bill got me banned from the Moose Lodge because of the criminal complaint that he frivolously and maliciously filed against me to shut me up and basically run me out of town. I asked Bill many times for the reason he banned me and have never been given an answer. The threat that worries him the most is that I will send him, or I will video him answering that question. I said to avoid any confrontation, send me a video explaining his reasons, and have seen him at the Moose Lodge on a few occasions. I've avoided being confrontational after suggesting he prepare an answer for when I see him again. My big threat was that I'll video him answering, "Why did you ban me, Bill?" I would rather not see him in person to avoid any more ridiculous accusations like this one. And I don't even remember which accusation it's referring to. But this has been a long, ongoing, and I do dare say, demonic attack. Other than Dean accusing me of stealing coffee that I bought, Kathy Dorchis is who I believe is the chief culprit that really got Bill and everyone else to hate me, because that's exactly the kind of person that she is. Evil to the core. I do believe, I can't prove it, of course, and I did mention that to the two police officers who responded twice on Saturday, January 8th, 2021, that I suspect she put Visine eye drops or some sort of eye drops in my coffee, because nobody else at the post drinks coffee late at night other than me. And I heard her speak of it a couple weeks before, when she was declaring that it is the vaccinated people who are spreading COVID. She also admonished me for wearing a mask in the post when things first started opening up way back then. What are you wearing a mask for? And what I believe is the incident that started this case. I usually go to the Love's truck stop right up the street from where I live. She goes in there and buys lottery tickets sometimes. Saw her in there one time and I basically ignored her. And she sneaks up behind me and kind of halfway whispers in my ear like a snake with their suspicions. And she goes, "You gotta stop putting that stuff on the internet." That's what this is all about. They don't want me to tell the story. Now, if that's not adequate provocation for the terrible crime of hurting poor widow Bill's feelings, let me tell you what I have in mind to righteously resolve this problem. I've lost the right to own several $1,000s worth of firearms, even though I held gun permits in two of the strictest countries in the world, Japan and the United Kingdom. I had two gun permits in the UK. But because I called the VA crisis line right before Thanksgiving, because my PTSD was really bothering me, as it is now. When I say I made this video 24 hours ago, I have not slept since. I have great difficulty sometimes sleeping. Usually caused by reliving all this damn unjust drama. I think I hit the high points. I'm sure there's a lot I left out. But let's just say I'm no danger to Bill or anyone, unless they attack me. Then I will defend myself. Of course, I have this long history of domestic violence because I used jujitsu on my wife about a dozen times or so in the 7 years that we were together. We're still married. But I am legally forbidden to even communicate with her in any way whatsoever. Our daughter claims that that's a threat to her safety. Just as Bill and Myra and everyone else at the American Legion and the Moose Lodge is saying that I am a threat to them somehow. I guess I just can't argue with that. But something I would kind of hope that you would consider before you sentence me, and if you do sentence me, would you please sentence me to deportation? It will help me apply for asylum, probably in Spain, but whatever other European country is. Spain is where I intend to buy. Oh, the resolution of all this. My suggested resolution, well, what I'm doing anyway, is self-deporting. I'm going to try to live in a van in Europe for a few years. 550 drop zones there. That ought to keep me busy for a while. The other resolution is those shotguns and other firearms. Oh, you're going to love this for the moose. I intend to donate one to each post that banned me. And at every one of those posts, I've placed 4 flags and have donated them. Every place that banned me, I did that. I have an acquaintance who I wish to introduce to my friend who is safeguarding my weapons. We're going to take pictures of them and let the posts pick out which one they want. However, the gun I'm donating to the Moose Lodge is a 444 Marlin lever action rifle for big game. I bought it for bear. I killed 1 deer with it, but it does have the capability of dropping a moose with 1 shot. That is the rifle that I would like to donate to the Merced Moose Lodge, who has joined Bill in this conspiracy to ban me from everywhere in Valencia County. And believe me, I'll be very happy to leave in peace. I thought a little more about it and thought it would be a really nifty idea to get that gun to Moose Haven. I want these raffles to occur on Veterans Day. And I want my name mentioned and the whole story about why these weapons are being raffled off. The ones that don't go, I have every intention of making a monument to their evil stupidity and the lack of rights that men like me, whose rights are non-existent, defending myself in any way whatsoever when people tell these vicious lies about me that have severely hindered my ministry, my ability to raise any kinds of funds, my ability to even get people, women, to trust me to teach them basic self-defense. Because my ministry is all about to prevent and deal with domestic abuse in all its forms by either gender. And admittedly, I do use some rather unusual techniques, such as teaching women to defend themselves and also training them to be a chastity dominatrix, because I kind of need one. Someone to fill in my wife's shoes and give me the beatings I enjoy every so often. Other plans with that, but none of that is relevant to the case. But there's a history. That's why. That's why all this is going on. It is all because of what they fear in their own delusional minds. The Bible verse that I quoted in the first video was 1 Samuel 24, where David spared King Saul's life, his father. I won't bore you with that. Please, if you're going to sentence me to anything, make it deportation.